Well, this week on Dateline Schools, been taking a look at those all-important parent-teacher conferences that are starting to come up through schools throughout the county now that we're at the end of the first marking period of the school year. And to tell us more, my special guest is Tracie Eschenburg. She's the Director of Student Services for Port Huron Schools. And Tracie, is there anything that parents need to do to prepare for the conferences? Are there questions teachers would hope that the parents would be asking?
We don't want to give parents a lot of homework in preparing for conferences, but it is helpful because the time is so limited to have that opportunity to first review where your child's grades might be before coming into conferences. Are they struggling in a certain class? Do they have missing assignments? And just going on to that parent access and Skyward and taking a look before you come into conferences. The other thing is to really be prepared to talk about how are things going on those remote learning days. What struggles might students be having at home, or if they're doing great, then we want to hear about that as well. What's working well for them? This is a very different year, and we want to hear from our parents about how their child is really adapting to the changes that have taken place. And if there's anything else going on at home that might be impacting their schooling. There's a lot happening in our world right now that affects our students that sometimes we don't see it or we don't hear about it. So we want to hear about those things from our families.
And then just spending 10, 15 minutes with the teacher on a personal level talking about your child can really pave the way for a good end of the school year, can it?
Absolutely. So often our teachers work really hard at building those relationships with students, but they don't learn everything. Students share certain things and don't share others. And so hearing from families and knowing what is going on and what's important to their child and to them in education really helps to help the teacher to do a better job working with their children as well.
And if a parent has any questions, best thing to do is contact their teacher or contact their school, doesn't it?
Absolutely. Always. It's not just parent teacher conference time. We want to hear from you as parents all the time. So email, phone call, whatever it takes to make sure that when you have questions that you're getting the answers you need.
Great. Thanks, Tracie. And thank you for joining us on Dateline Schools. Dateline Schools is a production of St. Clair County Research.